do this, and then do this. Hey, buddy, where are you?
You knew Paul, you'd understand that he likes the camera to himself.
Well, at this time in this photo with the backdrop of the towers, I was utilizing any single way I could make extra money, both in because of my acting and television and modeling experience. Believe it or not, I did that as well. Don't talk about it a lot, but it's true. And any way you could make pounds, because British pounds back 25, 26 years ago was double the currency in Canada, right?
Yeah, it was like 2.1 or something, or 1.8 or something like that.
It was crazy. It was over 2, for sure. But anyways, welcome back. My name is Paul Bale. I'm the founder and host of the Canadian Bro Show. And our episode is episode 43, week 14, all basketball from Pauly and Rowley, season 2 of the Canadian Bro Show. Welcome back to the Canadian Bro Show. We were just opening the segment with a little bit of music and some humor, and my co-host of the most to my left and your right is Mr. Trent Rowley. Trent, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fabulous, man. How you doing? Winter's back.
Again? Wasn't that just a few days ago? It just
beautiful here a few days ago, and like 0, and now it's back down to like minus 17.
So you got dumped again, is what you're saying?
No, we didn't get any snow. We're supposed to get some, but it just went back down to temperatures again. So whatever.
Freezing cold, yeah.
Only another month and a half or so.
Exactly. And you know what Trent always says? When he says whatever, it's always whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Just so you guys know, the movie Bird on a Wire, we actually taped it. It was on Honeymoon Suite last Christmas time. So I taped it so then we could show Rachel the movie star that Paul was. And he's in a scene with Mel Gibson.
One of the opening scene with Goldie Hawn.
In a restaurant. It's, if you know Paul, that was Paul. There was no acting there. That was basically Paul that I knew. So check that out on Bird on the Wire. That's his big hit. So.
Well, I had a couple, but that was the biggest movie I've been in, and had a couple of lines, and it was awesome. That was a Girard dining room at the Sutton Hotel. It was actually the Hotel Meridian back in 1989. And Mel Gibson was in the film as well. Bird on a Wire, filmed in Vancouver. It's incredible. Thanks for the plug. I forgot about that, actually. A lot of people in the BBL, where my team, the London Towers, is. I utilized a lot of my acting and modeling and stuff back when I went over to play professional basketball at the late age of 30, because, like I mentioned, $2 British pound, it's $2 Canadian, man. And I had free rent, a car, gear, travel, flights, food. I mean, any way that you can, that's how, as a professional basketball player, I took an 8-year vacation, although I still lived in Vancouver. I still came back every 6 months because the season's pretty short. But thank you coming back to the Canadian Bro Show. And normally we like to start the episode, Trent, with WNBA. We're just going to bypass that until actually some really interesting.
Not enough.
Yeah, I think after the last episode, I thought Trent I was concerned. I was ready to call 911, and I thought he might have an aneurysm of some kind. But in the meantime, we're going to go for the weekly schedule of the Fantasy Yahoo NBA weekly schedule. Then we're going to move into the Yahoo NBA waiver wired connected for those that are all playing fantasy basketball, specifically in Yahoo and specifically 9 categories, because Trent and I play against each other in 2 teams. And we've got this week, actually, Trent and I both play people that are friends of mine. I can't remember. I think I'm playing Bal Birdie from the Birmingham Brewers in the BBL. Bal, how you doing, bro? Shout out. And Trent's playing Big Dan, 6'6" Dan, who went to San Fraser University like me. And him and Trent are going to bag it out. And Dan, I'm going to tell you, Trent's team is stacked. And if it's rolling his dice in the right way, hit the waiver wire, bro. You might want to watch this show. Same with you, Bal, because I'm not giving up. And I'm coming at you full force, bro. And I haven't had to check. If you did give me a shout out on my birthday last Sunday, like you usually do on your channel or the BBL, thank you kindly. I haven't even had a chance. So I really appreciate you, bro. And getting into the schedule. So this is really important in fantasy basketball. In 9 category leagues, as I've mentioned previously, of course, just for people that are interested. If you're not into it, you might like it. It's a lot of fun. I'm a general manager of 8 teams. Trent has 2 in basketball. He might have a couple in football. He is cross.
4.
Huh?
4. I had 4.
You got 4 in football?
Yeah. 2 were dynasty ones, so which is kind of neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, we'll have to talk about that a little bit later. And getting into the NBA schedule, because normally we're doing Wednesdays because the schedule's been so wonky. Finally, everything's back to order, and here we are, week 14. So this is episode 43, second season, week 14, and this is the schedule. This week, 14 schedule. Week 14 has games more evenly distributed in week 14, as we mentioned the last couple of weeks. Finally, it's only taken 14 weeks to get us to some sort of resemblance of normality when it comes to the schedule. It's very challenging to run multiple teams in multiple sports categories when the schedule is not in your favor. And if it's not in your favor, it's not in the player's favor. Trust me. It's just a real problem. And so every day featuring between 7 and 9 games, which personally, Trent, I don't know about you, but I like that. I like a consistent amount of games. I don't want my 0 games on Tuesday and Thursday and then get 12 to 14 games on the other 4 games. That can be brutal. That can be devastating, right?
Yep.
And I just, before I go into it, I just want to say a really important thing. Today is a very important day in the history of the world, and that is, today is the official celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and it's observed everywhere in the world, a lot in North America, of course, but should be observed throughout the entire world. So I just wanted to give a shout out for that really quick. And getting back to hoops, is the busiest day is 9 games. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday all have 7-game slates, which I love. I love 7-game slates. And then, week 14 means that we're 1 week closer to February 5th, trading deadline. And we're not going to do a segment on the trades because we just don't know what's going on, but there's some stuff. And then maybe Trent and I can talk before the episode starts. Is there one trade that you're captivated and you're just waiting to see what happens? I've got a couple myself, so we'll talk about that later for sure. And then, of course, some teams are already making moves, and they're approving their draft lottery odds. Washington, rather than the $46 million contract they got to pay for Ice Tray Cube is ridiculous. They're holding them back. This is absolutely a travesty.
Yeah, they're going to get the best they can.
No, they're going to trade him again. They're going to flip him. Someone's going to make a move, but they're going to wait until the trade deadline where they have more leverage. Anyways, week 4 games played. The only team in the NBA, like the Lakers last week, that plays 5 games this week is Miami Heat. I find that very interesting with a lot of the drama that's going on with the Heat. Apparently, the biggest and the best, greatest young big man in the early part of this last couple of years in the NBA is in Spo's rotation doghouse. Apparently, he looked at him in the wrong way. He maybe shrugged his shoulders once in a way that the coach found defensive. It's ridiculous. Wake up, Spo, bro. Wake up. This is happening far too often. You pick a dog, and then you literally sit in the doghouse, and you lose 4 out of 6 games. So wake up, bro. I'm tired of it. 4 games. Boston, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, Detroit, Golden State Warriors, Clippers, Milwaukee, OKC, Philly, Phoenix, Sacramento, the Spurs, Toronto, Utah. Man, stack your teams during the week, right? The more that you can stack them, the better. And watch the waiver wire connected, because injuries are all over the place. And apparently the new calf contusion 30 games into the season here in 2025 and 26 is, my God, the ankle turn has taken over. I've never seen so many ankle turns in my entire life.
Well, when you're wearing tennis shoes for basketball shoes, I mean, these guys aren't even wearing. I mean, I know they tape them too, but they're not even wearing high tops anymore. That's like a weird thing to do.
So you
And
think
wear
that's
high
you
tops.
played in low tops, mid rise, and high rise. Which
Yeah,
one do you prefer?
I like the mids to be honest. I always
Really?
tape my feet. I kind of like the mids. Yeah, I always found. I mean, I wore high tops most of my life, but
Yeah, me too.
I always liked the mids. I didn't have a problem with mids, and I wore a pair of I would say low cut black Nikes that were wonderful shoes. I never had any problems with them, but no,
Do you,
I'm
do
kind
you
of
remember the brand name of the Nike shoe?
it was a Zoom of some kind back then. And
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about the late '80s, early '90s.
Right. So the Zoom 3 or something.
Yeah, so but they were not, they were great shoes, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's weird that these huge men that are 6'9", 6'10"
yeah.
are running around in shoes that people play tennis and racquetball and stuff. I mean, they're
Dude, you know what shocks me even more than that, and I think it's a good point, is when you look at the big guys like, say, Wemby, who I was watching 15 minutes
yeah,
before we started the show here because they're playing, and he shaved his head, and he just looks so gangly, and he needs to get in the weight room. But and little guards are bouncing off him. If you watch the Phoenix game, and you watch our Canadian roughhouser, and a lot of people hate him playing D on him. Did you see the highlights on that?
yeah.
It looks like he was trying to fornicate with Wemby, man. Look, dude, that's a foul the first time you do it. You can't just,
Yeah.
crotch bump a guy only because he's 12 inches taller than you. Like, it's just insane what's going on in the NBA, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just honestly I can't believe it. Anyways, we got off track a little bit. What we're getting back to is that 4 games, if you can stack, that's great. 3 games: Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago, Houston, Indiana, the Lakers, Memphis, and Memphis. Jean Morant's back, smiling. I guess he found his joy again.
Yeah.
Minnesota, New Orleans, New York, Washington. 2 games: Orlando once again, and Portland. God forbid if you've got 2 or 3 players on one team that have those. It's
I
just
can't
brutal,
dump. I got 2 Orlando guys and I can't dump them.
right?
I'm gonna have to just mix and match a bit and do the best you can. But I can't dump Brown. I can't dump Tony Orlando, and I can't dump Banchero.
No, what you can hope for is what the latest after ankle injuries, the next injury that is just absolutely a pandemic in the NBA is personal days off. Sorry, listen, I got to take care of a personal. Jimmy Butler did that, and he was like 17 days. Yeah, it was a big personal issue. Took me 17 days. I mean, let's keep it moving, shall we? But it drives me insane. And so at the end of the day, we're sliding into waiver wire connected. Before I go into this trend, is there anyone that you've noticed that really captured your imagination and you picked up without any of our own notes? Someone that you just said, my God, I can't believe he's available. I just scooped him. Or you just went after guys that worked before.
Oh, no, last week I went and both teams picked up Murray Boyles from the Raptors because he was playing. His brother was hurt.
But he's injured again.
And now he hurt his thumb. So I today dumped him on one team and picked up.
I saw that.
Who did I pick up? Tyson from Cavaliers. They played.
That's a good pickup. He went off for like 38 points the other day.
And he had 15 and 11 and 6 today.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know why? Because DeAndre Hunter and all the other injuries on their wings and guards.
Hunter played. He played well, but
yeah, but you know what? I'd rather have Tyson than Hunter. And by the way, Tyson that Trent's bringing up is Mike Tyson's one of his children. I think he has 9. But anyways,
so
he's playing great.
So I would say most times you just have to. You usually probably have a handful of guys that you kind of like. Like I like Devian Mitchell. I like Javi Vasquez, Jr. Sadiq Bey, Tyson, Boyles, Quentin Grimes. Those kind of guys are out there that you're never gonna stay in your lineup the whole time.
Yeah, totally.
Those are the guys, and you hope that you can put it this way: if you drop Quentin Grimes or Sadiq Bey, and yes, somebody might pick them up. But they've got to give up somebody too, and they're probably giving up somebody that you maybe like. You never know. So you're going to be rotating at least. Like right now, what's happening for me is kind of getting over the injury bug. Green is the only guy I have left injured. So
Right.
Bonus is back, Duran's back, Zubak. All these guys are playing. So
Yep.
all of a sudden, I don't have there's nothing on my IR spots. So now I'm back in that situation where I've got 2 spots on my roster that are rotating spots
Yeah.
that I move guys in and out. Other than that, the rest of the guys are starters. Like everybody, I can't, even when they only get 2 games, you can't dump those players. You're never getting them back. You're just hurting yourself.
So just a quick interjection. What Trent is talking about is strategy with fantasy basketball. For those that are in the know, they already know that. But for those that want a deeper dive into it, Trent and I really go into different quadrants of tranches of possibilities by looking at statistics closely and looking at the schedule even closer, and then deducting who our favorite players are. And there's a reason why they're our favorite players, because they're performing on a higher percentage. And usually those players are part of teams that are winning anywhere from 60 to 70% of every game you put together on your lineups, because they're contributing in equal portions of the important nine category leagues.
Exactly.
Great points. So
Monday being a big day. Like one
Yeah.
of my teams, I only got 5 guys.
Right.
And P. Giddy, that team, I have what do we have? 10 guys. I got 9 guys playing today.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I checked you out this morning. I was up early.
That's so big. I have that, right?
Yeah. Well, Trent and I play in 2 leagues together. One's competitive. The other's just for fun. They were both competitive. Trust me. We are very competitive individually. We go at each other. We just try to be civil.
Fun.
We have fun. But it's trying to be civil, and I'm doing everything I possibly can to kick this man's ass and everybody else, without a doubt, because I am one of the most competitive mofo's I've ever met. And I've often thought about maybe reading up more on that and finding out where that came from. Probably abandonment issues. That and being really short, white, and from Canada. Huh?
Most guys that are 5'7", 5'8", like you always have small men.
Well, I used to be at one point 5'7", 5'8", but I thank God I grew to 5'11". However, I believe I'm hanging on to 5'10" and change right now. So I'll let Trent have his little giggle. See his cheeks? See how they got just red? Isn't that incredible? That's not lighting. That is just bourbon. Is what that is.
No, it's not. I'm not drinking.
I'm joking. So anyways, getting back to the waiver wire connected, one of favorite Trent's players is very favorite to me because the team that he plays on, they're injured pretty much the entire season. And Najee Marshall seems to always find himself in the right place on injured teams, specifically as the Dallas Mavericks. Apparently they've got, believe it or not, Fantasy's got him as a forward center. My God, man, that is a stretch. But I'd scoop him just on forward center, because try to find a functioning center in the NBA that can actually give you a double-double and some blocks.
Najee Marshall's listed as a power forward center?
A forward center on Yahoo, yeah, from today's notes.
Really? Let me look. I'm going to look at my lineup right now because I have.
Well, what I do, Trent, is just so you see.
He's a small forward, power forward.
Look.
Yeah, I got it. He's a small forward, power forward.
I know. They got him on center right here. I just printed this out.
Well, I got him on my lineup, and I wish he was a center.
Well, I'm just saying I printed it out. That's all. I'm not saying it's true. Don't believe anything the NBA puts out until it's.
It's kind of like it's kind of like listing Pablo Banchero as a center. They got him as a power forward center.
And he's like 6'8.5".
Yeah.
So while Anthony Davis is out and PJ Washington goes down to the sideline for his 14th ankle turn in 30 games. Now, I swear to God, I've counted it. It's 14 ankle turns. He gets healthy. He sits out for 4 days. He gets healthy, plays 2 great games, blows his ankle, and goes through the entire... It's unbelievable. And I still pick him up because that's how desperate I am for the center designation, and he gives you stocks. And of course, Najee Marshall is in between them because they have no one else on the bench. Yeah. And anyway, so he's been just going ballistic. Cooper Flagg went down for another ankle injury. He's young. Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say he's 19 years old. He should be back. Trent, I know you flirted with Najee. I have too. He's a good source of points and can fill the categories. What's that?
He's on both my teams.
Exactly. And he drops dimes, and he's unselfish, and he allows you to play point forward. He plays point forward, but he's really a chucker. He loves to just jack it. He loves scoring.
He fills up the full box. Like, he'll get you. Yeah. There might be a night that he only gets you 9 points, but he'll have 7 rebounds, 6 assists, a couple steals, maybe a block. You know, he's going to put out something in every category basically every night. So
and as I started the opening segment of episode 43, is Dallas is playing 4 games this week. So, and they got injuries like crazy, and there's a good chance that Gafford's going to be traded because there's only one player that has had more ankle injuries than anybody else in the NBA, and that's Daniel Gafford.
He hasn't played very well this year, honestly.
No, he hasn't. He's played underwhelming, but they had 3 7-footers that were healthy, and then 3 7-footers on the bench. Well, Gafford's 6'9", and then none of them are playing. And Gafford he plays one game, has 10 and 10 and 2 blocks, and then he blows out the same ankle that he's blown out 14 times. And what are you gonna do, man? Yeah. Like Stephen Curry has some of the weakest ankles in the NBA, and he's 37, and he's averaging 29 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds.
He wears braces. He wears braces on them.
He does, but I mean, these guys. I looked at PJ's ankles, and he's wearing the same braces that Stephen Curry's wearing, bro. Trust me. Just because you're wearing these braces, but I mean, I just think it's a way for a player to go, my God, I'm sorry, coach. My calf is, I got banged weird last night. I don't know what happened. And it's a second game to a back-to-back, and then they get 3 days off before then. And I think this is what's happening. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a hoop junkie. But I think players can get away with this. The sick leave. Break an ankle, hurt an ankle, and then you're out 4 games. And you come back, and then you get sick. You're out for 2 games. Then you come back for 1 game, and then you got a personal leave. I mean, it's insanity, bro. Anyways, moving along. A.J. Mitchell, the point guard, combo guard, rostered for 29%. He's Jalen Williams went down again. I hope this is not going to be an early career consistent thing, but it's this season it's 3 in a row, and we played 30 games. And when you're dealing with the hamstring at a guy, he's 6'9", 230. You really got to take consideration of that. And really, A.J. Mitchell's nothing like him, but he's a combo point guard shooting guard, so they can move Shea over to the small forward shooting guard and move A.J. Mitchell into the point guard. Do you like this player? Have you picked him up? Have you thought about picking him up?
The problem for him is his minutes. He plays way more when they have blowups.
He plays 20. He averages 20, almost 27 minutes a game.
Yeah, there's times there's games
right on the cusp.
Yeah.
Well, they have depth, but now they have injuries, is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, they do, yeah. So right now is a good time to pick them up for sure. But when those guys are healthy, he was playing like 19 minutes a game.
Well, a little bit more. He was actually, if you look at the stats, in the amount of time he was playing, just over 20, 22 minutes in the beginning of the season, he was averaging per minute more than any player in the NBA.
And he can shoot the ball. He wants to shoot threes. So.
And he drops dimes. He's really dynamic. He's fast. He's quick.
He's a good pickup. If you can,
I'm just saying, it's if you're in a jam and you got injured players and you love OKC because they use their depth to their advantage, then they could be the new... once again, the NBA championships this year. But we'll keep on moving on to a guy I brought up in the first episode of this season and previous episodes on the first season based on his summer league play and the fact that his sheer size is incredible, and that's Bryce Sensabaugh. And the last 3 games is averaging 28 points a game. And I told Trent in the beginning, and I gave him a list of about 5 or 6 guys that I said, did you grab him?
No, I almost did. I looked
at
him.
I was going to grab him the first. As soon as he goes off for 40 plus, it's going to happen for 3-4 games. But because he's on Utah, then he'll get injured or he'll be moved to the bench again because of an injury that Lauri Markkanen has been sick for 3 days or whatever. He's always injured. Anyways, Sensabaugh is 6'6", 235, and he's a scoring machine. He's never dislike the opportunity to put the ball in the bucket. He's a bucket getter. He's prolific. He's unstoppable. He had 45 the other night, and he's averaging 28 in the last 3. So Danny's just going to use him as leverage. Danny brings him in at this time of the year to put him in leverage so he can add him either to the roster to fill guys that he's going to trade to get draft picks, essentially. The next guy is a big. Everybody's trying to get a big. This is a guy that I have tried to pick up dozens and dozens of times in 22 years of fantasy. Jalen Smith, the center for the Chicago Bulls, is 23% rostered. The Bulls have started Smith at power forward in the past 2 games because they don't have really a center anyways, and resulting in 2 double-doubles with a couple of blocks, and he hasn't been injured. He's another player that will get in and do something positive and get injured and disappear for 3 months. But if you're desperate and you want a center that's giving you 12 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2.2 stocks, and 1.5 assists, which means when he has to pass, he will. That's essentially it. Go ahead. He's so injury prone. I just stay away from guys like that. And the next guy Trent brought up, Jalen Tyson. One of Mike Tyson's children, the only one that I know that's in the NBA. He just went ballistic. And he had a career high 39 points on Friday. Now they have bench issues. We brought this up in the last week's episode with Cleveland's bench completely decimated by. They got rid of their bench and then they brought in a new bench, but the new bench they brought in has been injured the entire season, 30 games in. This kid comes out and he has he's averaging 12 points a game and 10 rebounds and a couple assists, a couple of stocks. But he went out and he just went nuts for 39 points. He went 13 from 17 from the field. He's very thick. His lower body, he's got trunks like Carlos Boozer or Paulo Banchero. You can't move him. He's legit 6'7". So he's got to be 230. And he can shoot the 3, and he has a really nasty disposition. He's got that Mike Tyson chip on the shoulder thing, and he's relentless. I love him. If he's available, I've thought about picking him. I almost picked him up today twice. And I went for Jaime Jaquez because Miami's got 5 games.
Yeah, I know. And they got 4, so that's why I went with him. They got 4.
I thought so, yeah.
So I almost picked up Jaquez too, but
I know we pick up. I haven't picked up Tyson before, but Jaquez is. I mean, the guy's averaging 16 points, 7 rebounds.
It was a game-time decision tonight, just so you know.
Well, because he's had some niggling injury problems. I don't know. I think it's just Miami's just flunking with everybody because Spo is he's like an emperor and the only person is Caesar, which is Pat Riley, and they rule that thing like old Rome. And you know how Caesar was eventually gotten rid of. So I'll just leave it at that. Not a big fan of Spo right now. Pissing me off with Kel'el Ware. If you don't like him, and if I was an NBA team, I'd freaking grab him. I picked Kel'el up in 2 teams. People dropped him. I'm like, oh my God, you guys have no idea. They got 5 games this week. I got Jaime and Kel'el. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you're complaining about it right now.
No, I'm complaining about Spo, the coach, and his rotations.
Well,
it's pure stupidity. Dude, you're playing Pelle Larsson, he's pretty good. Good spark off the bench. Over Kel'el Ware because he's in a doghouse because you don't like the fact that he wears one-legged nylon on one leg and the other not?
Heat culture. That's
dude, he's never I've never seen him change his face or complain or swear or point at a teammate or a ref. I probably watched every Heat game this year.
Yeah, sure, but you don't know what goes on at practice or behind
No, but I mean, come on. He's a mild-mannered kid. He's a good kid.
I don't know. He could be a wonderful person.
Yeah, it's just you're a little darker than I am.
I just like to push your buttons a bit.
Oh, I know. It doesn't really work. People are trying to get information, not watching you have fun pushing my buttons. Unless they find... Hey, if you find that fun, please comment and tell Trent that you agree, and he'll continue to do it. Trust me.
I've had friends text me going, "You need to push Paul's button a little bit more." I'm like,
Oh
"What?"
yeah, of course. No, because they're used to you pushing their buttons. He does the
No,
same to everyone. Trust me. It's all about
yeah,
control with
but I
the
didn't like
co-host
it.
with the most.
So
So, okay, Cinder. Okay, City Thunder. Aaron Wiggins.
yeah,
These are ones that if you're just desperate for a fill-in and they got 4 games.
yeah.
Jordan Miller out of the collapsing Clippers because they're so old. He's the only young player on the roster that I think has an opportunity to start for the Clippers at some point this season.
Shout out to the beard on the Clippers. He's just going off.
Yeah, well, it's nobody cares unless you draft him. Um,
True. It's like you texted me. Here's a great one for everybody. So Paul's texting me like, "Hey, thanks a lot for telling me so and so is back in the lineup," and I'm like, why would I care if he's back in the lineup? He's not on my team. I could care less if he's playing. Well, that's when I said, "Oh, thanks for mentioning that Sabonis was back in the lineup halfway through his game back." So, 2 double birds for you for that one. I thought I was kind of laughing when I saw that text.
yeah.
You're just like bitter, just a little bitterness. It's funny.
Trent, unfortunately in Alberta, the reason why they're really trying to get rid of Canada is because the educational supplements and all levels of education in Alberta are slightly lower than the average of the entire country of Canada. And so 28% of the people in Alberta, a lot of the rest of Canadians will say are almost borderline illiterate, which is maybe why they're following the movement that's happening.
That's why we're going to talk about functionally retarded BC. Let's be honest.
Oh God! Don't even talk about BC's a total nightmare right now.
All right,
Trust me.
No,
It's a nightmare. People have no idea. It is.
Okay.
Look, and I can complain. And the thing is, if you're going to complain about other places or provinces in Canada, you better complain about your own province. And my province is completely fucked up like you've never seen. I've never seen British Columbia in the state that it's in, ever.
Yeah.
But I never became political until I actually found out I wasn't Canadian, although I was Canadian. It's just my parents didn't apply for it. Apparently that's really important when you're young because you can't write. So that you would hope your parents would, but unfortunately one of them had just bolted. But I'm Canadian and I'm proud. And then Miami, Pell Larson and Jaime Yaquez, and that's it from Waiver Wired Connected.
And Davian Mitchell. Okay, he's a double guy with the assists.
You know, if you need assists, Damian Mitchell's shot has gotten better from the last year and the beginning of this year. He has injury problems. He can't stop anyone because he's slow. And he plays below the rim, but he averages almost eight assists a game, and with better shooting percentages, and he's averaging almost 10 points a game, and he can give you the occasional 20-point game. I like him. Yeah, no, I agree, Trent. Yeah.
He's usually going to get a couple steals. He plays good Ds.
True. I was just going to say he's in the top 10 of steals, I believe.
Yeah.
1.7 a game, 1.6. Some.
This is the first year that since he came out of Baylor, this is the first year that I've ever seen him kind of having these kind of naggy injuries. He usually plays all the games.
No, he had that in Sacramento early in his career as well. That's one of the reasons why they let him go is they felt he was never healthy, right?
Yeah, well, he wants to be in Sacramento, so.
Yeah, well, you know, how are you going to get a job, even if you're a first-round draft pick and there's 7 other guards?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, seriously, I've never seen anything like it. That franchise, I love Sacramento. I've been there multiple times. I love Northern California. I love California. I love the West Coast. But that franchise, dude, it's freestyling. Everybody, Trent and I, it's freestyling. It's we don't work on a script. We just work on our knowledge, and we do a pre-show. And I do my own notes, and Trent does whatever he does. Sometimes nothing, except drink a bourbon, and that's nothing wrong with that. I'm just happy to have the co-host of the most. But freestyle, what do you want to talk about? Is there anything that you've noticed that came up, whether it's a trade, an injury, rumors, or something you noticed that just stood out and you went?
There's lots of people talking about trades right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Those ones out there. For me, I'm kind of curious to see what Toronto is going to do. I think RJ Barrett might be the guy that's gone.
They're going to move. Well, they're looking at quickly, too. They're tired of his injuries.
Again, I would love to see Sabonis in Toronto. That would be such a coup.
Man, Trent, we talked about that last episode.
This Murray Boyles kid,
Yeah.
he's a power forward in the NBA.
Yeah, he's not a center.
Because you can tell in the games that he plays against guys like that are real centers, like Zubac and
he's totally overwhelmed.
He and Embiid the other night, it's a single thing. He's just not big enough. But as a power forward, if he was playing alongside of Sabonis, that guy's a walking double-double boy.
Yeah. No, I agree. And do you know who reminds me the most of? I thought about this. And I don't hate him as much as I used to. Beef Stew. He reminds me of Beef Stew, man. Except he's more athletic than Beef Stew. It's just talk about size and what they do.
How he's thick and stuff, right? Long arms. I mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I would take Balls over Beef Stew, is what I'm saying.
There's a ton of trade talks going on right now.
Yeah, I know. It's so many. But anyone stand out to you? Anything that's the most interesting for you, selfishly?
Well, no. I mean, I don't. These are all just rumors. I mean, where's John Morant going to go? Do I really care? No. I hope he doesn't come to Toronto because I don't. I mean.
Well, you know that's one of the teams that's interested, eh?
Oh, and it's the same as Anthony Davis. I heard that Toronto was interested. Well, why do you want these two guys barely play?
You know why? Because they're willing to shop out R.J. Bellet quickly to get him.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
If they're going to get Morant,
they might even get Salty Aldama, another 7-footer. They would love to have.
Sure, I would love that.
They might even throw Eby in there because he hasn't played this year.
I doubt that. They're not going to give up a 2-time player of the year just because he's been
hurt.
Dude,
his trade value is less than what it was.
Sure, but they're going to still the fact that he's a first-round pick. They're still going to ask the first-round value.
Yeah, of course.
So,
but it's not really about the first pick because the first pick could be 2028, 29, or whatever. Right. But you need to get the salary replacement sorted. And what is he on? 35 million this year or something?
I'm not sure.
And next year, I think it's 45 next year or something ridiculous. It's just crazy.
But they need to. Toronto, for me, I'm really kind of curious to see what they're thinking of what they're doing. Stay away from Anthony Davis.
They need help in the middle. Podol is just.
Podol being hurt.
They might trade. They might put him and say, "Look, your back is toast, bro." And they need a big. And I think they should go after Kel'el Ware. Myself.
No.
I do. Definitely. Because if Spo hates him, they're going to do the exact same thing they did with 4 other 7-footers before Kel'el. Same thing happened. They're out of the league in 12 months.
But you're gonna take that Ware over Sabonis if that's the two choices you have.
No, but you just have to give up less. That's what I'm saying. Why not go after Sabonis? To me, Sabonis is good enough to be a center, but he's really a power forward. If you had Ware who can shoot the 3, playing the 5, and Sabonis at the 4 with Scotty at the oversized small forward, you're dominating the entire inside. The inside of the key is totally dominated. It's like having a healthy Şengün with you watch Şengün and Smith. Watch Smith go off last night for 36, and Durant had 39. Watch the 3 7-footers. Who's going to stop that shit? Nobody.
No.
Think outside the box. Right here? Think outside here.
Some trade-off for 2K basketball with no computer control that you can just make whatever trade you want if they're going to get Ware and bonus.
No people have any idea what you're talking about. You're not making any sense.
Everybody does.
That's all 4 of your personalities, maybe, but not everybody.
Sabonis would be a great fit in Toronto, just the way they play.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
It's probably not, and it's unfortunate because that's where they're lacking the most. I mean, they got lots of 6'8", 6'9", 6'7".
What I'm saying is he's a power forward playing a center, right? Yeah. He needs another big man with him, someone to block the rim because he's not a shot blocker. He's not a great 3-point shooter. He drops dimes. He's a rebounding machine, can score. So if you had a guy that can play out on the wing, the short wing and the long wing, that can shoot 3s and then give him a blow on the block and still dominate, someone like Kel'el Ware is an obvious freaking choice, especially when the franchise that has them is not valuing the kid's talent. It's obvious.
To definitely send out an ad to Kel'el Ware so you can see the fandom that Paul has for him. So,
not just me. I spend hours online, and everybody loves Kel'el Ware. Nobody can understand it. And I tell people on threads, dude, it's Spo's whack. Look at his rotations. And then people come back and I had one comment I made, and I had 680 people on one comment about Kalal Ware, and they're like, holy shit, he's right. Spo is just fucking crazy, bro. Because look at Bam. Look at the situation. I know we're going a little bit out, but Bam is not a 3-point. He's not a person who can get his own shot. He is a low post power forward, undersized power forward at 6'8", but he's got a ton of talent. That in the first half of the year, Kalal was playing with him, and Miami was winning because Kalal was shooting. Look at his stroke for a big 7-footer. And his length, he's the 4th longest person in the NBA. He's just a little under Wemby in terms of overall length. That's how long this kid is. So, I mean, I want to throw it out there because I'm tired of having him on 5 of my 8 teams, and Spo is just letting him rot on the bench. And it's like, dude, look at the numbers. When he's sitting on the bench, you guys are losing. So, you're a stats guy. Anyways. That's my rant. That's my rant for today.
But and the East is, I mean, honestly, if there's a year for the Raps to make some type of splash and have a chance at winning the entire East and getting to the finals, this year is a year to do it. I mean,
I agree.
They're only 7 games back from Detroit. They're not going to probably catch Detroit. But if you look at Boston and New York in front of them, and even Philly behind them, I mean, you're looking at a separation of like 2 and 3 games between 4 or 5 teams there.
I agree with you, and I was hoping you're going to bring this up. I've been thinking about this. I'm glad you did, because I follow the East a lot. I mean, the West, obviously, but the point that you're making, though, is it's going to be very interesting, Trent, with that comment. I think it's so bang on, is how the teams that are competing in those top 6 positions, how they battle it out against each other. It's really going to show who's going to step to the forefront. And I think the advantage right now, I think the Knicks are struggling right now. They've got some injury issues. Anytime Brunson goes down.
Last 10.
Yeah, with ankle injury once again. And then it looks like Detroit's healthy again. And Durant is really on the precipice of being probably one of the greatest power forwards, young power forwards in the NBA very, very soon. I still think he has the potential to be a 2020 guy at some point if he can just get the right shoes and get proper ankle braces that maybe go up to his calves because his ankles, he blows them out all the time. But if you look at his boots, if you look at Wemby's shoes and his ridiculous height at 7'5", when he stands, he has an 8-foot standing reach, and he's 7'5", legitimately. And you look at his shoes and you think, what the hell is that? No, it's not an actual junk from the Philippines or Indonesia, which people live on these things, and their business is floating on the water. It's his running shoes. Those are 25. That's the size of his shoe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that's a small apartment in Hong Kong, is it not?
Yeah,
Seriously, it's insane. I'm making light of it, but people have no idea. 23 is... I don't even have enough room in the...
Mine are 13, and those are another 10 sizes.
Right? It's just insane. And 13's big, bro. I'm 11 for a short dude. Those are pretty big, too. But I need a half-inch of toenail room, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. So Boston's still going good. Boston's like 7-3 in the last 10, right?
Yeah.
Tatum's probably going to play this year at some point. I would imagine. I'd be surprised if he didn't. If they get to like the second round of the playoffs, I could see Tatum being able to play.
So the rumor is Tatum is far ahead of his, and they don't want to rush him back. Of course, they're worried, but Tatum is like, "Fuck that, man, let's go." And he's full on. They want another chance because they know the East is. I don't want to say the East is weak. Actually, the East in general, I think, Trent, is better than it's been in the last couple of years. But the fact that nobody knows who's going to be playing because there's so many injuries right now. And really, what's that?
The East is young. That's the difference between the East and the West.
Yeah.
The East is young, man. The teams
that's a good point.
Young. And there's not a lot of big veteran teams in the East. Then you go to the West, and they're all veteran teams.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? With younger players, right? But the East is a lot of young teams. A lot of changes in the last few years.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Miami would be I mean, they're maybe one of the older teams in the East almost, with all the guys they've had there for a while now, right? I mean,
Yeah, they don't. Miami doesn't. As a franchise, it doesn't really hang on to players very long.
Cleveland's an old team. If you think about Garland,
Well, that's why they're so injured. because honestly,
they had a good day today.
their
So,
starting point guard, he should just get his big toe removed. Just cut the thing off. Just put him a titanium toe on, bro.
but the East is up for grabs. The East is really, you could pick.
Okay, so the East, who do you got now? 30 games into the season. Who do you think has the best chance to take the East?
That's right. Even with they're young, but they're big.
Who's number 2? Who's right on Detroit's ass?
Well, it's Boston right now, but
yeah, I don't know if that's sustainable. They're healthy, right? Everyone's rotating.
I'm not going to pick right now because, like I said.
No, but I'm just curious. How I think I'm talking about momentum going into the All-Star. When's the All-Star break? February 5th.
Yeah, 14.
So this is it. People are going to give it all to give them the best position to just take 10, 12 days off.
I'm curious to see how the Raptors do on this road trip that they're on right now. So
yeah, I'm going to watch it closely.
Losing last night to the Lakers. I think once Boyles got hurt, that hurt them in the game.
Did you watch the Lakers game? You probably didn't, but to see LeBron and Ayton did something nobody's done in the NBA for a very long time. I know you're not a big fan, but he didn't miss a shot. He was 10 for 10. He was rebounding. He had a great game, couple of blocks, couple of steals. He was motivated. He was getting good passes. What's that?
Yeah, he was 10 for 10 on 8 dunks.
I was just saying he was getting great passes.
Oh, dude, he was getting lobs from...
making the extra pass is not difficult, eh? When you're passing around the horn and there's one extra pass, all you got to do is make it. And then even the second extra pass, and then coaches would go, well, don't overpass. Take the best second pass, whatever.
But I'm curious to see what goes on there, but I'm really curious to see what they do at the trade deadline, because where they are in the standings, there's no way they're a seller. So what are they going to try to find? What are they going to? Who
are we talking about right now?
Toronto. I think Toronto could be right there in the East in the end with the talent they have.
They got to make the right trade.
They need to make the right move, and that's what I'm kind of curious to see.
Because their bench is really horrific. They have their benches. They don't even use their bench.
Yeah. So they're the one that interests me just because we are Canadian, at Toronto. But I think the Sixers, I think that's just fool's gold. Honestly, they play good. They're good. They're fun to watch. But that's
Embiid, Big Africa played in 9 games in a row?
Yeah, I don't know.
For the first time this season?
Do
you notice that?
Yes, but he looks so slow and just.
Because he is. He's out of shape. He's playing on one leg. He's 300 pounds at 7'2", bro. Look at the size of his head. It's like a small car in Italy.
He takes away from their game on how they play, honestly. So
honestly, I'd trade him and just get a boat and move on.
Yeah, and I think I think they're fool's gold. I think again, there's like a bunch of the teams in the East. It's like roll the dice, kind of. You don't know what they're going to do from 10 games to 10 games. One week they're 8-2. Next week
I think Philly's a surprise team if George and Big Africa, because they got back Kelly. And he's found his two-way game late in his career, and they got depth, and they've got guards, and they've got Nick Nurse, and I would give them, out of all the teams in the East, they're my surprise team, if they can somehow put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, there's
over Boston. I'm saying over Boston. I don't think Boston had the depth.
I don't know about the depth for Boston. I'm with you on that. I think that's going to be tough down the road. But again, who knows? Maybe they make a move. But I'm really interested to see what Toronto does. There's lots of guys. There's lots of people out there.
Oh, for sure.
You might be able to get out of a couple contracts that are big, and bring one on. I could see them moving on from Quickly and
RJ Barrett.
And Barrett. I could see that happening. Even Polo.
I could see them actually even giving up on Jacob and try to get a first round for him. People just need. There's no bigs in the NBA, Trent. It's the hardest position to fill out. It's crazy.
It's not played that way anymore, right? That's part of it.
Well, no, now it's changing. Look at Derek Queen. So we're talking about a kid that's 6'10", and he's slow. He can't get off he's got a 5-inch vertical, but man, he's ambidextrous and he's talented. He drops dimes. He's a rebounder. He's so smart for a young man and level-headed. He always just chill, but he's talented, boy. I think he's one of the best big men in young big men in the NBA.
Playing in New Orleans.
I know. It's just, and by the way, guess who went down again today?
Who? Zion, did he? Correct, man. He's been going off for me, dude. When he plays.
Every time he goes off.
Oh my gosh, he's been playing so good. Oh.
Every time he goes off.
I didn't see it yet in my lineup that he was out, so I didn't see that.
Sorry about that. My personal chef had the weekend off, and I wasn't eating well, and I had diarrhea, and then my hammy blew out because I slipped in the toilet. Oh my God, man.
He's not injured, Zion. They don't have him listed as. They don't have him listed.
Maybe not now, but he was this morning and yesterday and last night.
Well, he played the other night for me, and it was like 30
No,
minutes.
he had some sort of thing. Something happened at the end of the last game he played. Like a hammy tweak or calf tweak or groin, I think, or something.
They have no. He's not listed as game time or nothing.
Yeah, don't believe anything you see in the NBA. They have no idea what's going on.
I'm looking at my Yahoo thing.
I know, me too. I look at it every day, 5 times a day. It's just no guarantees. That's all.
I think he's hurt. I think you're wishful thinking because I'm dominating you, so you want Zion to be hurt.
No, I don't worry about you beating me. It's not like you haven't beat me before. It's just I dominate you on a regular basis. That's all I care about. If I get 78% of wins against everyone, including yourself, that's all I care about. I got stats to prove it, bro. It's true. I'm not just...
You're the greatest fantasy player.
No, I'm not. Actually, that's not what I'm saying. I am talking about in competition with you. I love to kick your ass. You are one of the best people to beat the hell out of on the basketball court in any way. Come on, man.
Sure.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's my own subjective interpretation, bro.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Man, I sleep really well, bro. I have no problem.
That's good. So.
No, thanks for caring. I know. I appreciate that.
OKC is OKC. They're back to kind of seem like they got their mojo back. So, and again, like you said, Jalen Williams went out. Maybe Jalen Williams gets traded. Maybe OKC is tired of Jalen Williams.
He's already locked in. I mean, their success, they're locked in for the dynasty team, as we talked about last season, the beginning of last season, they're going to be competing for anywhere the next 7 to 8 or 9 championships if they're lucky. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, in San Antonio, again, it seems like Wemby plays sporadically too, but they're still hanging on to that second spot. Same with Denver. Denver's still winning without Jokic. And you know what?
Look at their away from home record without their entire starting lineup.
I've seen there's these things out there, and people are like, "Oh, everybody always said that Jokic didn't have a really great supporting cast," and they're showing all these guys with Jokic out, putting up all these numbers, and it's like, so guys, if you take what you've added into those guys' average with Jokic, if you took those numbers away, that's basically what he averages.
Yeah.
So it's not about him not having great team, like these guys being.
You're just filling in what you're missing.
They're just filling in the numbers that he's not providing anymore, and shots and stuff like that. Like, to think that he's not a great player because the support, and trying to say a supporting cast is just so phenomenal. I mean, it's
okay. So here's this: if you had 2 first-round draft picks out of 8 teams, like I did, and you had 2 chances to pick the number 1 player in the NBA in fantasy basketball in Yahoo, would you, at this stage of the season, if you knew what you knew, would you have picked Joker twice, or would you have gone Wemby 1 and Joker, or Wemby twice?
Well, if you know that he was going to get hurt and be out for this long, you probably.
They both have.
Right now, I'm picking Jokic first every time.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I should have. I second guessed myself, and I was like, "How often do you get it?" I just really wanted to have Wemby, and he. By the way, he finally started for the first time since he's been playing off the bench for like 14 games, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Jokic is giving you like 50 plus fantasy points like every time he plays. Like, it's crazy. The guy is just.
I think it actually might be more than that, or it's about that. Yeah, it's probably more actually.
Yeah, But then Minnesota's really seemed to find their groove. I don't
Yeah.
like the fact that they're flirting with what I sent you from Shams there with getting Morant for DiVincenzo. I don't know if he's a good fit there, Morant. I mean, I guess if you want to, you'd have two athletes, I guess.
That was just rumor from a credible source, but
Yeah, it was. I don't know if that's a good deal for them, but Minnesota's playing much better.
Well, they need a point guard, Trent.
So, they do, yeah.
They need a point guard, bottom line, because Conley's almost 40, and Vincenzo is not a point guard, and he's admirable playing combo 1 and 2, but he's really a 2. Look what he did at New York last year. Like, people don't. What he did at New York last year was record breaking.
Yeah.
It just showed you what that kid can do. And by the way, there's a lot of teams that still love him.
Yeah, boy, for sure. I mean, but Minnesota's really come on. They seem to be playing a lot of basketball. They've jumped into 4th spot from.
I know. Chris Finch has done a great job.
I mean, Houston. I think Houston's going to be. They're going to be there in the end. When everybody's healthy, there they have a pretty good squad.
Yeah, Şengün's back and Smith Jr. went off and they had 3 7-footers. Man, what a fun game to watch. They got no guards. They need a point guard too, bro.
Yeah, Reed Shepherd can't play point guard as a starting.
Not yet. He's just not quite there yet. And Fred VanVleet, I wouldn't be surprised if they unload him for a team that is looking at him to come back next year.
Just imagine how good they'd be if they had him right now.
Who? I think he's overrated. I don't think he's worth the money myself.
He's been in the again. I don't think he's worth the money.
He's been when he signed the 80. It was he signed $80 million 3-year contract. He played half the year. He's been injured since.
Sure. But that's not mean he was overrated.
I'm sorry. What I mean is, I would never drop $80 million into his lap to sign someone who's going to be fucking injured for 2/3 of their career under that contract. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you roll the dice, but I'd rather move him for a team that wants to bring him in for the future because he's still young to get someone now that can push them for a championship this year.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But that's a lot. There's a lot of how many teams. Maybe they go after Trae Young. Or it could be That's
what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. That's my hope.
But and the Lakers have kind of dropped off. They're like 5-5 in the last 10. They went from being third in the East or West.
Yeah, and JD went to just having silver specks at the beginning of the year to full head of gray. He is struggling, man. He's gonna have a fucking aneurysm on the bench, bro.
He thought sipping wine and doing a podcast with Braun.
It's gonna be everything's butter, right? No,
it's not. I'm sure
it's not LeBron's problem. It's not only LeBron's problem. I know he's very much hated in the NBA for some reason. I really don't understand it, but I will tell you something, and this is the first time I've noticed this. I had an epiphany recently, a basketball epiphany from the Hoopjunkies with Pauly and Rowley, and something happened. I've got this book. Look at this, Trent. So I was tired of watching movies and media and all this bullshit. So Flavia bought this for my birthday. It's called Total Basketball, the ultimate basketball encyclopedia. Look at this mofo.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, you might learn something.
Dude, that's why I know everything about hoops, or a lot. And so anyways, I was looking at this, and I went into a couple of deep chapters, and it took me hours, because there's so much content here. And you know what you're going to love this. What I finally realized, and agree with you for the first time in probably 40 years, I think the best player that ever played the game of basketball is Michael J. Jordan.
It is. Of course it is.
Yeah. Well, I've never said that before.
Well, I'm glad that you said it.
It's true. And if you look at the posters behind Trent's massive luggage-sized head, you'll see 2 of the greatest moments, and honestly, what he did, no one will ever do what he did. To be a complete loser for going on 8 years of his first years in the NBA to winning 6 in a row, and you look at the stats and how he did it in his competitive nature, no one will ever be like that. Kind of like Wilt Chamberlain or even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but the GOAT, in terms of being in the backcourt, is Michael J. Jordan. The best. The best guard. The
best player of all time.
So what I like to do is I like to take the top 20 And then I'll put Michael Jordan #1 as a shooting guard, as an example, and he'll be my first pick. If I was to draft, we had 10 draft picks each for the best teams. If you want to do that for an episode, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I'd love to get first pick because I'm going to take Jordan away from you. No, I mean, I'm saying I'll get the first pick. It's my show. Yeah, I can rig it like other leagues have rigged it. Come on, look. I won't say the league that rigged it, but you know what just happened, right?
Everybody knows watching this that I'm the talent. I get first pick. That's definitely what it is.
Is that okay? So listen, if you have everybody that's on your side, could you get them to come and subscribe and like to the show if you don't mind? We could really use the numbers. Anything you can bring in Alberta would be great.
They're not in Alberta, most of them. They're in BC that played basketball with. So,
dude, I mean, you're going back into volunteer coaching again, as we talked in the pre-show, and all you have to do is mention the show.
I will. I'll throw it out there tonight.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. 14 months later, I'm like, what the hell's going on, bro?
All right, let's wrap it up on that. Actually, one more shout out to my team, my new other favorite team, the Portland Trailblazers. They're fun to watch.
Oh, is that your new favorite team? Okay.
Fun to watch.
I like them too. In
the West, I like San Antonio and them in the West. They're fun teams to watch.
Yeah, they are.
Winning, but I don't think they're going to be winning the West right now. But they're both fun teams to watch. They're young.
I just want to say, quick, if there's one player that's disappeared, could you tell me what's happened to Kristaps Porzingis?
I don't know. Portland deserves it. That's all I can tell you.
No, but I mean, Atlanta, no wonder they're moving around the guy like a pawn. What's wrong with him? He must be an addict or something. He must be like...
Well, let's not start throwing that stuff.
No, but I mean, I don't understand how you can only play 45 games a year for your entire career and get away with it. How do you do that? Oh, pardon me. You're 7'2". My bad.
Yeah, I can shoot threes.
Yeah. When he plays 43 games a year.
It's very frustrating. I agree.
There's 82 games in the season, and this guy disappears for 40-plus games every year.
Yeah,
and the last time he disappeared, no one knew why. He didn't even. His doctor didn't even know. And he just disappeared. But yet he's getting paid $40 million a year to just... I don't know, man. Anyways, a great episode. Trent, thank you for joining us. I know you got a busy day. You got to cook. You got to eat. You got the dog. And you got to shovel snow. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Any last words for the episode, Trent?
No, man.
Excellent.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. 2026 is above us. Let's just hope that it can be anything better than 2025. It's I'm cautiously optimistic. It's looking really shocking to start, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, be kind out there. The Canadian Bro Show, we appreciate all the people that take the time to watch the show. If it's your first time, please help us out by subscribing and liking and commenting and sharing and telling people about it. It's free. It's a Canadian, the Bro Show podcast, and I'm here with my co-host of the most from St. Paul, Alberta, Mr. Trent Rowley, and my name is Paul Bale, the founder of the Canadian Bro Show, and we thank you once again for joining. We're going to be slipping out of the slipstream just so you can have a look at my London Towers poster from 26 years ago. We can still talk, Trent.
Great.
Here we go, if you want to.